they made him president of the world comes from religion and peace.
Parliament.
Yes.
And peace.
Yes. He was president. A diverse group. The Dalai Lama sitting there. You know, that's Buddha them, and so we just can't get all up there and get in a corner like we was. See, what was happening is when the sister mentioned me being a part of the first interfaith jubilee. See, Imam Mohammed did a lot of stuff that is not widely known. The first time I heard of a religious jubilee, he brought it. And one of the brothers that I talked to, and I called him brother, Father Parker Hurst, he was a Catholic. The minister that we had at that time gave us so many, and I had to go to him, Rabbi Fine, and Rabbi Schuster. I got an education with Rabbi Fine. I run the Zionism out there, big time. And with Schuster was a lot better as a Jew, but they didn't participate in the end. They said the rabbinical council didn't allow it. It was early on. But the Catholic priest, he not only participated, he stopped all that shenanigans about not having a wife. And he went into the Episcopalian church and got him a wife. Allahu Akbar. He done that after meeting and conversing with Imam Mohammed. Yes, he come from a big diocese, the Lancelot diocese. They were not broke, and he gave it up. So that's the power of the impact of our leader, of you. I'm saying this to you, brothers and sisters, today for you to know who you are. Not to say that you didn't, but we got to act like it. We got to be like it. I see she getting up. She got a pole. My mouth is a little tender, so I'm not going to let nothing happen. So I thank you. I thank Allah for being able to say a few words to you. I hope and pray Allah that a few words make sense to you, that it's a help to you, because it's all about the help. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Bashir, for being with us here today and encouraging us and reminding us of what we should be doing. And you know he's right. You know, already said we can't lose sight of. In the hustle and bustle of every day and all the things you got to do, information in, information out, we still got to keep our basics. We got that Quran, read it every day. Just a page, a section. We have to keep to it and stay to it. And we really appreciate his encouragement. And we hope that he'll come back and be with us again in the future.
By the way, I'm not a visitor.
Okay.
You're regular.
No family. It's
that's right, because the whole earth.
That's right.
And also, the nation of Islam is all over this earth.
That's right.
And if not now, it's going to be.
And you can see he's a warrior. You want him in your corner. You want him in your corner. So,
I'm going to say something. I just want to quickly say something about Fred, that this was my whole strategy. My father's strategy. I give him credit for being such a wise leader that he didn't keep me with him to try to coach me and show me. Well, we have an imams meeting and have like a lot. You see a lot of leaders that see the person they're grooming to come behind them real close by, taking notes, and he got a sidebar with them and teaching them everything. My father was wise. After I got a certain age, he didn't push for that because he knew Shaitan was there and attempting to also groom me in the direction that they wanted to see me go. So Imam Muhammad was wise. He left me in a situation that that you might call in the dark. When it comes to his leadership and his mission, he put me in the same chairs that you all sit in. So I'm reflecting and looking at that, looking at how you move in the dark. How you move in the dark is you look for lights. So faith, you know, for black people, black has a negative meaning, but in Muslim countries, black sud means purity. So the darkness is the purity of faith. And that's what, when my father passed, that's all I had. I felt like that's all I had. And I saw these lights popping out. These lights were everywhere. I didn't know much about Brother Bashir, but I knew he was a bright light. And I knew that if I connected with these lights, that I was able to see, that I knew the enemy wasn't watching, or maybe thought we were sleeping on, that we would be blessed. And this is the blessing that we have. We got more leadership sitting in these chairs. We got any one of you all that I know I can trust with Imam Mohammed station, this podium up here, any week. I don't have to stand up here at all before you. That we got leadership, and the best leadership with PhDs that can come up here and lead this community anytime. That's my strategy. But Allah is constantly working, so I didn't give up no game plan. It's constantly coming. Oh, one thing, I'm not going to hold people to it, that I shared this, my father told me this, and when Allah gives you things and Allah forgive me, but not, you should write things down when He gives you these blessings. Imam compared it to as being like rain and thunder and lightning flash. If you don't write it down, you won't remember it. Right. That President Barack Obama, if you all haven't heard some of the predictions Imam Muhammad made before he passed about him, and that listen to his voice and listen to the spirit that he had behind him. I don't know if he saw this, but Allah showed me this after he passed. Actually, my wife, the first thing that was a great motivator was she named the age group. And the age group that he's in is what they used to call Generation X. And we all know what X is. X has a lot of significance for African Americans, but it also means something that's been wiped out or marked out. Right. And that when that happens, that already happened to us. They wiped us out, a genocide. Now they come in modern times, in the end of times, in the time of the height of humanity, and the day of religion, and then they're going to put another X on us. But Allah stepped in to redeem us. This is a powerful sign for all African American people by taking one, a generation and X, and putting him on top of the world. He's in the White House, in the presidency. And Brother Imam Hafiz back there, he said it to a brother in my neighborhood. He came up talking about how he fought in the war and he struggled with racism and this and that. He said, brother, you in the White House, you know, it's a whole new spirit. Looked like that spirit left him immediately, and a whole new spirit came in there with that realization. And I shared this with one of the president's staff members at the embassy, that something that came to my mind. I said, well, I don't know if my mind will work like everybody else's. One time I heard my father say, you know, that the symbol is this. There's no symbol for Islam. But if there was one, you know, the 5-point star, as far as the star, the Christianity, the Star of David is the 5-point star for Christians. For Jews, it's the 6-point, the Star of David. And he said for Islam, it's the 8-point. It's symbolic of what during the time of the Prophet were universal. 8 represents the 8 represents what universal, because what is this? How about the Prophet? They used to say, we're taking Islam, the companions of the Prophet. Whenever a surah was revealed, we all know it, the history. They would say, we're taking it to the 4 corners of the universe. Okay, all this to say is that whenever I see that symbol drawn, to me, I don't see an 8-point star, I see 2 squares. And Imam Muhammad explained that as the Kaaba. That's the Kaaba, it's a cube. And everybody knows, well, not everybody, anybody that studies geometry knows that a cube is symbolic of it's the coordinates of a sphere, which is a circle. And the circle is no end and no beginning, and right. So what the believers that saw that sign in the Kaaba, or that symbol, they did was they took, the only way you can show on a flat plane the cube is to take it and turn it. And now you turn it slightly, so that now you got 8 points. So you got 2 squares, 2 4-sided squares on top of each other, turn so you can see them. So you got an 8-point star. And what Allah blessed me with is that a sign that I say is a powerful sign, that President of the United States is the 44th president. That's 2 4s. That's 2 4 corners put together. That's an 8-point star. So for any Muslim that doesn't love America and doesn't love the U.S., they missing out. They done totally missed out on what Allah, the powerful sign Allah has put before the world to show that not just Muslims, but Muslims from this part of the world, poor African Americans, the leaders for the world. And the people on high, they recognize it. All we need to do is to recognize it. It took way more time than I meant to.
I'm going to run down some of the announcements. I want to remind you of the NAVA banquet dinner that's going to be held November the 14th. Tickets are